Hey, good morning and thank you for joining us. It is a great day to be alive. You're watching the Tammie Tubbs Show. I know you're so enjoying your moment right now, but take a break. It's time for us to wake up, move on, and press toward those greater things in life. My guest on today, Mr. Tony Oliver, is going to bless you with just some encouragement things of how you can be the best parent when dealing with your children. The Boys and Girls Club has a very special message for you. Stay tuned.
Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration day.
If you're joining us this morning, you're here with me in the studio of Hearts of Love with Mr. Tony Oliver. He's the Northside director of the Boys and Girls Club here in Tupelo, Mississippi. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning.
Thank you for joining me. Children. Do you have a passion for children?
I do. I enjoy being able to provide them with knowledge and wisdom to help make good decisions.
Now, on a day-to-day basis, what does your life consist of? When you are waking up and going into that office, what does it consist of?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is, okay, I got to get to work. I'm one of those. I'm more of an evening person than a morning person. But with that being said, I know that we all got a job to do. And so the first thing I do is prepare myself for work, think about what today's activities are going to be, and also just address some of the areas of concerns that maybe we'll have at the Northside Boys and Girls Club. Okay,
well, let's go back in time. Okay. Someone may be watching right now and they're saying, I cannot believe that he's really working with children. What were your dreams and aspirations as a kid growing up?
Well, just growing up, I set 3 goals for myself. One was to graduate from high school. Second was to graduate from college, and the third was potentially play in the NBA or the NFL.
Everyone has that dream, young men. Okay.
And so what transpired was that, the NBA didn't work out for me. And so with that being said, the next plan was graduate from college. And after graduating from college, I took a job as a mental health specialist at a psychiatric hospital for children and adolescents in Louisville, Mississippi.
Okay.
And I got such a rewarding feeling that, I wanted to make more of a difference in more young men and women's lives. And so as a result, I got a job at the Northside Boys and Girls Club.
Isn't that awesome? Now, you are a graduate of what university?
University of Mississippi.
Was that an easy decision to make?
It wasn't that it was an easier decision. I had scholarship offers, basketball and football, to much smaller university, but I took a chance to try to walk onto the basketball team at the University of Mississippi. That didn't go according to plan, but that's why it's so important to have a backup plan, and maybe a backup plan to the backup plan. And so, when you have those type of dreams and goals set, then if you don't succeed at one, you just move on to the next goal.
So with that in mind, how do you define life?
I define life as being who you are. In other words, don't live day by day, but what you want to do is make a difference day by day.
Yeah.
Now, in some situations, you may not be able to affect a group of people or a large number of people, but if you just affect one person, then you're doing your job.
I believe that, because our lives are centered around each one, reach one.
Yes.
But you have to make a difference.
Yes.
And I think, sometimes as people, we get so centered around me. It's all about me, and life is not about us at all. And I know you know that dealing with children, because you have to give so much of yourself, your time. Is time management important when you're dealing with children on a day-to-day basis?
It is time management, along with the fact that you have to be organized in the sense that a lot of kids, you may think that they don't want that structure in their life, but to be honest with you, we find out that they do. They want someone to tell them, well, this is what you need to do, or in order to be successful, then these are some of the steps you need to take.
Yeah. So do you see a lot of kids who lack discipline, that desire that love, and you have to be a father figure to them?
I do. One of the biggest things that we're working on is just to get not only parent more invested in the Northside Boys and Girls Club, but get the community invested as well. And I must say, Tupelo has really taken the task, and they've assisted us not only financially, but from a volunteer standpoint and things of that nature as well. And just to get back to your question, we do see that. A lot of that depends on the environment and where you're located at. And just fortunately, where we're located at, we do have a lot of kids that, they want to be personal with you.
Yeah.
And National Headquarters did a survey about 2 years ago. And one of the questions was, why do you attend the Boys and Girls Club? And it wasn't play basketball. It wasn't, Xbox 360 or pool. They said because of the staff members.
wow.
So, you know, that in itself lets you know just how important you are to young people.
And you're making a difference. You're empowering their lives. Because many times, the after-school care, we spend so much time in the schools and after-school care with children that you have to be conscious of what you say and the example that you do set before them.
I agree. That's why, you know, I do it myself. In other words, you know, I realize that being a role model starts with me. I can't be out here drinking and smoking cigarettes and things of that way, which I've never done anyway, but it just only reiterates that point to, even though I'm off the clock, I'm on the clock because I'm scheduled to see a club member at any time.
Oh yeah, and you're always on observation.
Yes,
and you don't want them to say, well, I saw you out there, you were drinking. How can you tell me this? Because children will they will challenge you.
Exactly. And you know, one area that I come from that perspective, because you have parents that maybe smoke cigarette and drink alcohol. And so what I tell the kids is that, look, there are some things reserved for adults, meaning that the law allows you, if you're 21 or older, to maybe have a beer or something. But with that being said, you need to be an adult. You need to know all the risks associated with drinking so that when you become an adult, is that something you choose to do, you're educated and knowledgeable of the potential consequences.
Definitely. I agree with that. Absolutely. You know, that's great advice of challenging them to think, to know that there are consequences for every measure, everything that you do, there are consequences. We need to make sure that they know that, in regards to even just setting vision and goals for their lives. If these consequences can actually stop and hinder you from reaching your destiny. So what are some of the issues that, you know, you see our young people being challenged with on a day-to-day basis?
Well, just peer pressure. You know, nowadays kids go along to get along.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
Even though that they may be taught differently at homes, and parents may, you know, actually take time to discuss how to behave in certain situations, they'll rather get along with their peers than to follow what mom or dad say. So, you know, peer pressure is encouraging kids to just engage in risky behaviors. And so what we try to do is just give them the knowledge and tools that they need to make good decisions.
That's wonderful. My question for you on today as we go to our first commercial break is, are you a trailblazer or are you a pathfinder? Are you leading or are you following? We'll be right back.
Bad credit? Forget it! You've just been pardoned from past credit problems because Carlock Kia issues you credit amnesty. Yes, it's true. Carlock Kia wants to finance you no matter what your credit looks like. Drive any vehicle like the 2012 Kia Sorento crossover for $0 down, $99 a month with a huge selection to choose from. Divorce? Okay. Bankruptcy? Okay. Repo? Okay. You're approved with credit amnesty. Now is your chance to buy at Carlock Kia, where everybody rides. Stuck in a lease? Car payment too high? Interest rate killing you? We can help at Carlock Kia in Tupelo. Making weekly payments? Feel like you're never going to pay off your vehicle? Carlock Kia can make a difference. With our Loan Modification Help Center, Carlock Kia will refinance your loan even if you didn't buy from us, giving you a lower interest rate and a lower payment. We can help regardless of the brand of vehicle that you're driving. Our refinance experts are standing by now. The Loan Modification Help Center, only at Carlock Kia in Tupelo, where everybody rides.
I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration day, yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah, it's a celebration.
All right, we're back here. We're just enjoying and absorbing all the energy and just the life of how we become better parents and get involved in the community with the Boys and Girls Club. Now, what exactly do you all do at the Northside Center?
Well, we focus on 5 core programs in the area. One is character and leadership development. And through those programs, we encourage the kids to be involved in the community, not only in the sense of maybe community service project like neighborhood cleanup program. But we also visit nursing homes and play bingo. We teach them to become more civic involved and realize that you live in a democratic world. So there are some principles that you need to stand up for. And so our whole purpose in the character and leadership program is just develop leadership skills.
Okay.
We also focus on health and life skills program, and those are the programs that assist with conflict resolution skills, because that's one of our greatest needs. A lot of time, kids lack the ability to express themselves in a positive manner, so therefore they resort to verbal or physical aggressive behavior. So we just teach them the importance of managing your anger and things of that nature, along with how to resist giving into risky behaviors.
Yeah, yeah. Do you see any, I guess, changes or difference with our little young girls, our young ladies, more so than the guys?
Just being honest with you, one difference that I've noticed is that now I'm seeing girls becoming maybe a little bit more aggressive in the things that they do. A while ago, you know, it used to be a lady, it was just certain things that young girls wouldn't do or say. Well, nowadays you're seeing that they'll say those things, and a lot of them will do those
with
things.
no regret and
With
no
no
regard
regret,
to
no.
the adults that are around. So when you were talking about character building, I'm sure that you'd share with them that this is a no-no. You never do this, and then they'll say, well, I see, my mom do it or my aunts, and so we have to be so conscious of what we live before these young girls.
You're exactly right, and one area that we really focus on is building self-esteem. Because if you have high self-esteem as a young lady, there's just certain things you're not going to tolerate in dealing with, men. And when I say men, I mean young guys,
Yes.
But if you have low self-esteem, then sometimes you just want to be in a relationship, whether it's good or bad for you. And we actually do some parenting skill classes, and so at the last parenting skill class we had, we just discussed with the parents the importance of communicating to your child that there's someone special, and no matter what someone else say, you're loved.
Yes, that's good. Can you look into the camera right now and encourage a parent that's like about to throw their hands up and say, I'm tired of this, I can't deal with this. This child, I don't know what to do.
Well, the first thing you need to realize is that good parenting takes time. And you have to experience the trial and error, but at the end of the day, always communicate to your child that you love them and you're going to be there no matter what. And if you need some additional help, then utilize some of the resources that's in your community, like a Boys and Girls Club, like the Lee County Family Resources Centers and things of that nature. Just never give up, because at the end of the day, you have to be committed to the development of your child, because if you're not, then chances are the next door neighbor, the grandparent, they may not as be involved as you are. So it's up to you to see that your child has the tools that they need to be successful in this society.
I totally agree. Do you believe open communication is vital when you're communicating with your child? I
do, and one of the reasons I do is simply because if you don't have that communication line, then kids are going to get their info from each other. And a lot of times, getting the info from their friend, the friend is going to tell them maybe what they're doing, and they're going to come from that particular angle, and it's just not, good advice. And so we recommend that, don't be so strict on your child that they can't communicate with you, because if you're too strict, then someone else is going to give them some advice, and it may not be good advice.
May not be good advice. So the programs, the arts, does that allow them to express themselves openly and be, who they really desire to be?
It does, and that's another core program area of ours, the arts and craft. And usually in some of our arts and craft program, we allow the kids to draw pictures of how they're feeling. And if they want to use words to describe what they're feeling, they can. But all of that is usually on a volunteer basis. And if they need to discuss with a staff member something in private, then, after the session is over, then they can discuss any concerns that they may have.
Oh, wow. It seems like you all are well-rounded. You have what they need as far as physically, mentally, emotionally, that you meet all of those needs as a director, because it seems like you have everything together. Are there days when you're, okay, I'm really drained? What do you do to re-energize?
Well, working at the Boys and Girls Club, I really don't have days like that, simply because my background is in the mental health field. So for me, this is like, oh man, this is
a walk in the
just
park.
walking the park, So I don't have days, but now, just like with any other days, some kids that have the potential, whatever, be whatever they want, but yet they're not reaching their potential. And so at times I see staff members maybe getting a little frustrated or, just want to go overboard to see that this kid has the tools that they need. So, from the standpoint of just getting frustrated, I really don't.
I love to hear that, because when you really have a passion and you love what you do, there is no frustration. Even when you're running out of gas, you just find some way of refilling and you take it one day at a time. Now, the young men, we talked about the young ladies and how aggressive they are. What do you see as far as our young men in today's society?
Well, just that, it seems to be like a lack of respect for authority figures. A lot of times, if a kid feels that they're right, they think that they can talk to that authority figure any kind of way that they want to because they are right, And so it's just some simple principle of just respecting adults and people in authority that I think as a parent and as I think as a community we need to focus on with our kids and encourage them to, respect your adults and people in authority.
Working with young people, I see now that they don't really truly understand what respect is. And I know a lot of them are watching the Tammie Tubbs show right now. In just one sentence, what truly is respect?
Respect is simply being aware of your surrounding and understanding that there is someone dad, there is someone mom, there is someone brother, there is someone sister, and you wouldn't want anyone to treat them with a lack of dignity or respect. So treat people with dignity and do unto others as you would have do unto you.
I love it. That's what we grew up on. Do unto others. That's the golden rule, is you would have them to do unto you. That's a life lesson in itself. We'll be right back.
Bad credit? Forget it! You've just been pardoned from past credit problems because Carlock Kia issues you credit amnesty. Yes, it's true. Carlock Kia wants to finance you no matter what your credit looks like. Drive any vehicle like the 2012 Kia Sorento Crossover for $0 down, $99 a month with a huge selection to choose from. Divorce? Okay. Bankruptcy? Okay. Repo? Okay. You're approved with credit amnesty. Now is your chance to buy at Carlock Kia, where everybody rides. Stuck in a lease? Car payment too high? Interest rate killing you? We can help at Carlock Kia in Tupelo. Making weekly payments? Feel like you're never going to pay off your vehicle? Carlock Kia can make a difference. With our Loan Modification Help Center, Carlock Kia will refinance your loan even if you didn't buy from us, giving you a lower interest rate and a lower payment. We can help regardless of the brand of vehicle that you're driving. Our refinance experts are standing by now. The Loan Modification Help Center, only at Carlock Kia in Tupelo, where everybody rides.
I celebrate you, you celebrate me. With our hand in hand, we are walking in our destiny. I'm loving on you, you're loving on me. And together, we will live life happily. Come on and let me say yeah. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh yeah, yeah. It's a celebration day. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh yeah, yeah. It's a celebration. Oh, 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 oh.
If you're just joining us on this morning, my guest on today is none other than Mr. Tony Oliver here in the Tupelo area of Northside Boys and Girls Club. We're having a wonderful time, and I thank you again for joining me on this morning. Let's go right into, as far as the Boys and Girls Club, the ages. What age range do you all reach?
We focus our services on kids between the ages of 6 and 18. We have them broken down into 3 age groups. 6 and 9-year-olds are together, 10 to 12-year-olds are together, and our teenagers are together. Awesome, awesome. Now you all have upcoming events. How can we as a community connect and help to make sure that we stay focused and help our young people? Okay, well, our next community service project is actually going to be a garage sale. Some of the proceeds from the garage sale will benefit the Boys and Girls Club of North Mississippi, but we'll also donate a portion to a children's hospital. And so we're encouraging people in the community, you know, if they have any old clothes or furniture that, you know, they want to get rid of, just stop by the Boys and Girls Club and we'll either come pick it up or they can drop it off there.
Give us a contact number and even the physical address so they can actually follow up and clean out, you guys. It's time, spring, you know, spring cleaning. It's time to clean out and sew something a little. So give us an address and a contact number.
Okay, the address is 517 Linden Hill,
Okay.
Tupelo, Mississippi. The contact number is 662-840-5837.
Awesome. Now you all have summer programs as well.
Yes, we do.
What can we do? How can we get connected to make sure that we are involved as far as with summer programming?
Okay, well, we require everyone to complete a summer membership application. The hours of the summer program are 8 to 5. We'll provide breakfast and lunch through our partnership with the summer feeding program.
Okay.
And we just encourage people in the community, if you want to be involved in the Boys and Girls Club, not only financially, but more so than anything, just become a volunteer. Because your time can make just as much a big difference as your finances can.
Now, if you do not have a child that's participating, you know, in the Boys and Girls Club, you still can volunteer, correct?
Yes, you can.
You just actually want presence, time, dedication.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
Exactly.
Now, if our children are attending, what can we expect our children to be involved in during the summer?
Well, during the summer program, we still focus on learning, being fun. And so if any kids maybe need some help in some particular subjects, then we'll try to arrange some tutors. Also, we have like a reading program for this particular summer, and we just try to have fun with a purpose.
Okay, I love that, fun with a purpose. That's ideal, because when you have children, they don't realize that they're really learning because they're having so much fun. Whose idea was that?
Well, it was just a collaborative effort, just, you know, with our national headquarters and just being in the movement so long, you know, we know that kids learn best when they least know it.
And I love that. I love it. So, just a question, mathematics or science, what's more important?
You know, personally, I have a BS in biological sciences, so, you know, I'm a science man, you know, so, but I think, you know, you have to be well-rounded, so therefore you need to be proficient not only in science, but math as well, along with English and reading and things of that nature.
So, do you all have a reading program with our young people there?
Well, we're partnering for the summer with actually the city of Tupelo with their reading program. But what we do, if kids do not have homework during homework time, during the after school program, they're required to read a book for the first 30 minutes of the homework hour.
That is wonderful. And is that power hours?
Yes, that's power hours.
I know a little bit about the Boys and Girls Club. I love that. I love that. Now, I know that there are times when there's basketballs going, you know, they're outside. As a director, do you find yourself reflecting back on the childhood memories of when you were a kid, trying, you know, not to make those mistakes that maybe happened with you as a kid, with the children that you are grooming every day?
Well, you know, you definitely want to incorporate some of your experience if it can be used by someone else to better them. So, you know, I don't personally say, well, hey, I did it this way, and so therefore you don't need to do this way. But, you know, I will share some experience of that. If you do go down this particular road, then there are some circumstances that, you know, may be beyond your control. So, you know, I just want to encourage the kids to make sure you have an effective game plan as well as a backup plan.
So how do you encourage a child that may have I call it a troublesome background? They really don't have parents that are involved in their lives, and they come to the Boys and Girls, and you see so much potential in them, but their environment is fighting against them. How do you encourage that child?
Well, the first thing with a child like that you have to do is try to get them to set some goals in their life, because if they don't have any direction, then usually they don't accomplish anything, because they're trying to do 4 or 5 things at one time. So basically, you just want to sit down and talk with the child and ask them what their goals and dreams are, and then kind of get them to write out a plan as to how they can accomplish these things that they want.
Goals are important. I've heard you say that in each segment is having a vision and setting goals. There are some adults that are watching right now that have not as of yet set goals for their lives, and they're still saying, wish I would have done this, and they're in that past of thinking, when I was this, you know, I could have, I should have. Can you just encourage them right now to set some just 3-month, 6-month goals for their lives to get out of the slump that they're in?
Well, you know, I definitely recommend setting some short-term goals as well as some long-term goals because, you know, at the end of the day, it's up to you to make a difference in your own life. And usually when you make a difference in your own life, other people notice. And so not only do you affect your life, but you affect other people because they want to do as well as you are. So short-term and long-term goals are definitely important.
Important. As we're ending this segment, because I want to actually go to the Boys and Girls Club to kind of get a little clip of what you all do on a day-to-day basis. Just tell us what a leader is.
Well, you know, a leader is someone that leads by example. They're there to provide guidance and wisdom to individuals that may need it to most. And, you know, at the Boys and Girls Club, we like to think that we're in the leader, you know, with after-school programs simply because we offer a wide range of activities that not only focus on education and career development, but health and fitness, health and life skills. So it's just one of those situations that you gotta affect the kid in every aspect of their lives.
And I can even think Denzel Washington, Shaquille O'Neal, just to name a few, were actually products of, you know, the Boys and Girls Club. And listening to them, they're still great sponsors even now, but their lives would change tremendously.
Yeah, and
you know, sure.
But I just want to point out, you know, Denzel said once that, you know, the only award that he got was for a spelling bee, you know, at a Boys and Girls Club, and it just made a difference. So, you know, it's always rewarding to see people that has quote unquote made it in society get homage to, you know, the Boys and Girls Club.
It is amazing just to hear that one award, the spelling bee. Well, guess what, you guys? My time is up. I thank you so very much. Thank you again, Mr. Oliver, for joining us. My message on you today, simply want to say, your life is in your hands. But before you can help someone else, you have to, as they say, conquer those dreams, conquer those fears, those things that are within you, those demons. It's time for us to get up and get moving and connect with the Boys and Girls Club in your local area. Once again, what's that number?
662-840-5837.
Join us here in the Tupelo area. We'll see you soon. I love you all so very much, and God bless.
Celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration day. Yeah, celebration time. Ooh, yeah. It's a celebration. Oh, 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 oh.